There are three main components to hot air ballooning. There's the envelope, or balloon, the burner, which creates the heat that actually causes the balloon to rise, and the basket, or gondola, which is where the passengers ride. We believe there's an important fourth key ingredient here: the pilot, or the person who's actually flying the balloon.
In the ballooning community, I'm affectionately known as Crazy Al.
Okay, Crazy Al.
But don't let that scare you off. I like to see people's eyes light up.
Al Appenzeller, or Crazy Al, started ballooning in 1998. Like most people who are into this lighter-than-air sport, he started as a crew member for another balloonist. After 5 years, he purchased his own balloon and received his private pilot certificate in 2004.
We like to say your first ride is free, your second ride is $30,000 to $40,000. But needless to say, my first ride, I just was hooked. I just knew it was what I wanted to do. And then I crewed for several years until finally I saved up for my first balloon.
The physics of getting a balloon airborne is fairly simple. It begins with filling the envelope with air. Once the balloon is inflated, the burners heat the air inside the envelope so it's 120 to 150 degrees hotter than the ambient air temperature. That causes the air trapped inside the balloon to be less dense or lighter than the surrounding air. By increasing the temperature in the envelope, the balloon rises. By letting the air cool, it descends. The direction a balloon moves is determined by the direction of the wind. However, wind currents flow in different directions at different elevations, so a balloonist can actually control the direction of flight by changing the altitude of the balloon.
I enjoy the feeling you get when you're just floating in the air. It's really indescribable, but it's just so surreal, so peaceful. It's a feeling, but as so often feelings go, it's just not something you can really describe.
Because a balloon moves at the same speed as the wind, the only feeling of movement comes from watching the world pass underneath you. Balloonists actually enjoy their sport year-round. When the outside temperatures are cool, it takes less heat to get the balloon off the ground, and flights in the winter are often longer because it takes less fuel to stay airborne. During the summer, flights usually occur in the early morning or late evening in order to take advantage of not only cooler temperatures and lighter winds, but also to avoid dangerous thermals.
There are over 3,500 balloons and 4,000 licensed pilots in the United States, and somewhere around 1,000 balloons in other countries. Nationwide, there are 46 balloon clubs, with 2 of them being located right here in Iowa. Our flight was just short of an hour. We've covered close to 6.5 miles, and our maximum altitude was 850 feet.
Ready?
When it came time to land, with the help of his crew, Al stuck the landing in a parking lot of a grocery store.
Perfect, perfect. Couldn't have been better. Awesome.
There's no doubt that Al loves ballooning. And when he's not flying, you might find him sharing what he knows of the sport with people of all ages at the National Hot Air Balloon Museum in Indianola.
I took that first balloon ride and was just captivated and knew that that's what I loved. And you know, it's kind of like then with anything that you love, you want to share that with folks, and you want to help them understand, you know, the passion that you have about it, and maybe that will spark some interest on their part.
The National Hot Air Balloon Museum is a great place to go and learn more about the history of ballooning, and a great initial step in becoming involved in, dare I say, the ups and downs of thermal flight.